Hi, I'm Robert Ohman. I'm the lead window film training installer here at STEK USA. Today we are here at the warehouse training facility where we are going to put Vision 70 here on this van, and we're going to do a step-by-step tutorial on shrinking and installing it. All right, so getting started, we have already cleaned the windshield. We have prepped the windshield with dry shrink prep on the outside and have cut the film to the size of the glass so that we can get it shrunk. So far I just have a tack right in the middle, and we are going to start by adding our H pattern to the sides. And then we're going to go ahead and start shrinking. With this film, we're going to want to do it nice and slow. Make sure we add a good amount of heat. This film is going to take a lot of the heat with all the precious metals that are inside this film. It's going to take a little bit more to get it shrunk. So I'll come in here and get it started. And then I would like to come down and relax the film. And so I'm going to go through this whole layer right here and relax as much of it as I can before I cart it down. Like I mentioned, this film has a lot of precious metals in it, so it absorbs a lot of heat when it's installed. Therefore, it also is going to take a lot of heat when you're trying to shrink it. So just work nice and slow. Make sure you do everything evenly. Don't try to find the easy route and just shrink that first. We want to keep it nice and even. I am using a hard card with a felt edge on it. And I'm just following along with the heat gun, shrinking it section by section. And you will notice with this film that it seems like going over it with the heat, it will take extra to watch that film start to zigzag and wrinkle for you. You can see that after each pass I come back through and I'm just relaxing the film, making sure I don't have too much bulk by the time I get to the end. And then I'll follow back through with another row. The film likes a good amount of heat, so don't be afraid to give it more than usual. And then once I get past the fret of the windshield, I'm still gonna continue heating up the last of this just to make sure that we're not gonna have any excessive fingers that will pop up afterwards. Now I'm flipping my hard card and just using the hard card side to really lock down this last edge. All right, so we have one section fully done. The film lays just as good as all of our other lines of film. It just takes a little bit more heat. With most windshields, just always be careful with your top corners where you have your H pattern and where the film's locked down. You might end up with a large bulk here. Usually when I get up to the top corners, sometimes I'll release my H pattern to kind of help relieve that tension. So again, relaxing this up here. This is a big process that helps you not end up with too much excess film that won't shrink by the time you get to the top. Now right here is where I'll release my H pattern and allow that film to relax a little smoother. Even though I only have this small bit left at the top, I'm still slowly relaxing the film. This helps me not crease it by running over it with the hard card. All right, there we go. There's the first half of it done. Like I said, gonna work just like all of our other films, just a little bit extra heat. All right, now that we have all the film shrunk to the glass, I have already trimmed out the pattern all the way around it. We're gonna get this off of the windshield onto a peel board and then get ready to prep the inside and get ready for installation. So the first thing I'm gonna do, since this is a larger windshield and a bigger piece, instead of just pulling it directly off the glass, I am going to roll it up, give me a little bit more support of the film itself, instead of trying to just take the whole piece of film down and over to the glass. This makes sure you don't get any creases unnecessary in the film. All right. So now that I have sprayed between the film and the liner, I'm going to go ahead and reverse roll the film. This will help me transport it into the vehicle. You want a nice tight roll without creasing the film. If you feel like the liner's in the way, just kind of loosely go over the liner and then right back to as tight as you can roll it. And the way that I'm rolling this will allow me to start at the driver's side. Okay, so first thing we'll do is get the windshield ready. And I'm gonna have Nick here give me a hand with just holding it up since it's such a large piece of film. We don't wanna have any creases in it. And on this one I'm doing where I'm removing the liner at the same time, which will give us a little bit better grip on the film itself. Okay, now we're gonna line it up, make sure we don't have any light gaps, make sure the film is sticking to the glass, using our fingers to slowly guide it down. Take your finger and go like this to that bubble. Yep. All right, we'll make sure we have no light gaps. We'll make sure the top and bottom is good, sides are good. And I always explain that when you're squeegeeing the film to the glass, you need to squeegee it in the same way that you shrunk it. This way we don't leave any tension with the film after it's being installed. So the first thing I'm going to do is add a line in the middle, which was my attack line outside. And then now I'm going to push the film down towards the bottom the same way I shrunk it. And with this tool right here, I'm just flattening the film to the glass. I'm not pushing really hard. I'm not trying to push out all the water. I'll do that with a larger squeegee. But the biggest thing is pushing out your bubbles and all your water the same way you shrunk. That way you're not changing the tension of the film. Same thing with the top. I shrunk from the middle up. So now I'm gonna squeegee from the middle up. And you can see just how well the film lays down. You're not having any issues. There's no huge fingers popping up from the side because I didn't shrink to the side, and I'm not gonna squeegee to the side. Okay, now that I have pretty much the film relaxed onto the glass, now I'm ready to apply pressure and squeegee out as much moisture as I can now with a large handled squeegee. This time now, I'm gonna start in the middle and push as much out as I can. And I'm gonna overlap my passes. That way I make sure I get all the excess water out of the film as much as I can and as far down as I can. Same thing with the top. Okay. Overlapping my squeegee marks. Firm pressure. And now all that's left to do is to go around and dry off your edges. Wipe down everything on the inside, double check everything. Make sure you don't have anything you need to fix. Always try to push your tension up and down the same way you installed it. So if you have a finger on the side, bring that tension down and not to the side. There we go. And there is your fully installed Vision 70% on the front windshield. And that's a full start to finish on a full windshield using our Vision 70%.